Funny thing about when I made my last video, she says to me, what you gonna do, go to the car and make a video? My wife don't even know I go to the car and make a video. She don't know what I'm doing in the car. See, the enemy knows what I'm doing. He pretty much just said to me, you're gonna go to the car and make a video for all your followers. I never once told my wife, yeah, I go sit in the car and talk about our spiritual fights. And I make videos. I never once told her. Because I'm always, when I make these videos, I'm going through a spiritual fight at that moment. So I don't say, you know what, I'm going to the car to make a video about this. Never. So that's more proof that the enemy knows what's going on. He just told me what I'm doing because he sees what I'm doing. And he spoke it through my wife. It's eerie, man. It's weird. But I just needed to add that before I go back in the house. Hey, good morning. This is a continuation from my video last night, April 17th, 2021. So, my wife is up with the baby, right? Pretty much wakes me up with the volume of the TV, which I'm not even tripping about that. So, she starts, I can see her coming to a point where she's arguing and the words is getting a little bit more slicker. It's to the point I have to remember, do not engage, do not argue. That's what the enemy wants me to do. So I come outside, make this video. I make the video. Go back in the house. The baby's pretty much asleep. My wife's still she's still sitting on the floor. I get in the bed and I'm like, the baby's pretty much asleep, but she's patting her on her back. And I'm like, well, just put her in her crib, she'll go to sleep. Well, I'm gonna make sure she's all the way asleep. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, man. So then she finally puts the baby. After another 10, 15 minutes, she finally puts the baby in the crib, right? It's around 4:30-ish, close to 5. Or it could be around 5 o'clock-ish. Remember, I got to get ready for work before I go to work today. And, I got to be out the house, about 8 o'clock. It's 8 o'clock right now. So, she puts the baby to sleep. And I'm thinking, okay, she's about to get in the bed. Nope, not the enemy. You would think that I was kryptonite and the enemy was Superman. Because now she gets up and goes, now my son's sleeping on the couch in the living room. He snores, right? But remember, I'm the problem. My sleeping keeps her up, even though she puts earphones on and listens to music. But my snoring keeps her up, but it ain't even my snoring. Like I said, I done did everything, went to the doctors, all that. Nasal, sinus, whatever. I done did everything I'm supposed to do. That's here and there. So when she goes into the living room thinking, oh, okay, maybe she's going to the kitchen, get her a glass of water. So she's in there, she closes the bedroom door. I'm like, okay, so why is she closing the door? I'm not even asleep. So, but I'm like, you know what, give her a little bit of time. I don't want to be running behind her and she maybe getting a glass of water or something. So by the time I get up and go to to the kitchen, she's sitting at the kitchen table. Okay? So I asked her, why is she sitting? I'm like, why are you sitting? I said, everything okay? Why are you sitting at the kitchen table? I can't go to sleep. Okay, so now you can't go to sleep. So you just gonna sit at the kitchen table where you could have just been sitting up on the bed, right? Could have been sitting on the bed doing whatever you do in your phone, you know. I'm not telling her to come to the bed, but I'm asking her, like, you know, won't you just come to the bed? And then she kind of was like, whatever, okay, whatever, I'll go, like, she's acting like I'm forcing her to come to the bed, but I'm not. So when she comes in the room, I'm like, if you want to go back to the kitchen, go right ahead, go right back to the kitchen. So she gets in the bed, but like I said, man, she's sleeping so close to on her side of the bed to the edge of the bed is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. When my wife is my wife, I'm not saying that she sleeps under me, but she sleeps close to me. To the fact that she'll say, I want you to touch me. You know what I'm saying? Like, put a hand on her, let her feel me. Foot, hand, leg, something. But when the enemy's using her, it's like, don't touch her. She don't want to be in the bed with me. She don't want to lay next to me. Like I said, I slept in the living room for months. For months. Because we was constantly going through these spiritual fights, and the enemy didn't want me around. He didn't want me he didn't want me to be next to her or anything. You know, eventually we went to sleep, but I just find it funny how this enemy constantly pulls the same thing over and over again. And it's like, yeah, it gets played out, it gets tiresome, but like I made it a video before, it ain't a race, it's a marathon. It's a marathon. But he don't know I got the greatest coach ever. I got the greatest coach telling me what to do, how to do it, that I got so much endurance. I could stay in this marathon. Even if my mind is telling me, get out the marathon, I know I don't have no quit. See, my father done put inside of me, when he changed me, not to quit. Because I went through worse marathons. And yes, did I come out on top? Hindsight, I did. Because he changed me. Did my marriage last? Nope. But it wasn't on me. I didn't give up. So what's going to make me give up in this marriage? Which I already know the enemy wants me to give up, not for her to give up. But he's going to keep on playing putting this stronghold on my wife and making my life miserable through her to make me give up. But I don't give up. Like I said, God done prepared me to go through this battle, to go through this marathon. And if I got to go through this marathon until I'm 6 feet underground and God calls for me, then that's what I would do. My purpose is to give y'all these videos, share it with y'all, for y'all can share it with others that may be going through the same thing. That's my purpose. This is my purpose. So with that said, that's all I really wanted to add to this video. That's the last thing. God bless you. Y'all have a wonderful day. Just wanted to give y'all another quick little video about my experience last night with my wife. So with all that said, it was no real arguing. it was no fighting. But the enemy does, when it has a stronghold on you, it's gonna do what you always do until you break your stronghold to say, you know what, I'm not doing that no more. I can't do that no more. You can't make me do it no more. God done changed me. You're gonna constantly keep doing the same repetitive thing. So between the time I went to sleep and then when I got to work, I had to call her because to ask her about this cake. So when I call, phone ain't ringing, go straight to voice message. Then I call from my work job, the number at the job, straight to voice message. Then I check my Facebook Messenger, can't contact her there. This is something that the enemy does when we go through spiritual fights. Like she'll block me from all forms of communication to her. Like I didn't even understand, like why would you block me? Anything could happen at work that my job may have to call her up and they can't get a hold of her. It don't make sense. Or let's say I had car problems and I need her to come pick me up. I can't call her. I can't even message her. Like, y'all don't even understand, man. Y'all don't even understand what I'm going through. Like, there's no reason. It was no reason for her to block me for reaching out to her on Facebook Messenger and on our phone when we're not. When I woke up and we was not even. When I woke up, got ready, went to work. Like it was not even a discussion. Like we was not even yelling last night. You know, it got a little heated, but it was no loud yelling. I could just tell that the enemy was playing his games and saying the normal things that the enemy says when he uses her, and then talk to me in third person. It was just crazy, man. I just wanted to add that.